Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we have my first Jurassic World Rebirth figure, the TORVONEUSTES, and let's review this figure. Now, I'm reviewing this outside as it's a nice day. Have some sand back there to add to the effect of the land, sea and air theme from Rebirth. But let's get into this review. So first we have the packaging for the new Rebirth figures, and they look, the packaging honestly looks amazing. I'm a really big fan of the Spinosaurus, and also sorry if you guys hear background noises, there's planes and all that flying by. So anyway, here we have the Spinosaurus. Now looks really nice. The render of this looks very nice. It's, I believe, the variant that we're actually getting a toy of. If you're wondering where I did get this figure from, it was the Entertainer from the UK. They only have 4 in stock, so I was able to get my hands on the TORVONEUSTES here. And we have the sea theme for the, obviously, the land, sea and air. They have some mountains, and the sea they have this really nice water with the rocks on the background. And let's get this figure unboxed. On the back here we have this scan to unlock, which hasn't updated yet, and the rest of the figures you can get. They have none of these on the Entertainer where I got this figure from. They have the Wave 2 figures, like the what's it called, the Minquara, the new pterosaur, and the Bepeosaurus or something like that. So yeah, let's get this figure out of the packaging. And I do not have scissors with me right now, so I have to use my hands. After getting the figure out without ruining the packaging, here we have the TORVONEUSTES. I'm gonna try and position the lighting. It's actually pretty bright outside. So let's take a look at the packaging a bit in detail here. So we can see we have the, I believe it's Rebirth Island, or the rocks before Rebirth Island here. And the other rock here. Really nice packaging, honestly. We'll put that to the side here so we can see the name of the figure. Alright, so put that there. Now let's focus the camera and take a look at the TORVONEUSTES. Here we have the TORVONEUSTES, and honestly it looks beautiful. Now we'll start with colour. Now colour, the scheme is really nice scheme. I mean, obviously blue for a marine reptile always works. It's not really like the, we'll do comparisons later, but it's not really like this sort of blue. It's a really nice blue. We have the patterning all down to the tail, and we actually have more colours on this than some of the bigger figures. Like, for example, the Myosaur, we have a underbelly. Oh, sorry about the noise. Anyway, the underbelly that goes up to around here. Why do people have to make so much noise? Anyway, back to the review. Here we have, so the underbelly goes up to around halfway here. Really nice. I like how the underbelly colour is for this fin as well. The fins are actually made out of a rubbery material, not like the rubber that they use on the Jurassic World Rebirth Utah Raptor. I think that's softer rubber. The teeth aren't rubber though, as some Rebirth teeth are rubber. Anyway, we'll get into the rest in a minute. So the colour scheme for the eye looks really nice. Focus that. There you go. And then for the other side, if we turn the figure around, it looks really good. And in person, this figure looks way better than me in the camera. Now, it's more of a greeny sort of colour in real life, as on the camera it's more blue. So definitely recommend to get this figure, but I don't think if you're in the USA you're able to get it. And actually no, you are, but I think it's out of stock. But if you're in the UK, I believe you can get it, but I think it's out of stock on where I got this figure. So yeah, also had to pay for the next day delivery, so this figure was around the same price as a wild raw figure. So anyway, but here we have let's go into the detail now. The detail of the figure, and you know, the sculpt wise, I can tell how it looks cartoony, but honestly you can't really notice it too much in person, but I can definitely see how it's cartoony. If I focus the camera on the face here, yeah, I can tell how it's a bit cartoony. Now we have these little scratch marks, which I really like. Holes in the fins as well, which I really like as well. I did, in my accuracy review, I gave it one less point, or not one less point. I gave it 9.9 out of 10, as I didn't like these holes. But honestly, they don't bother me in person. This looks really good. And before I forget, here's the scan code for when everything updates. There you go. See Jurassic World logo right there. Finally, they put the scan code back here, because this figure would have looked ugly for having it here or whatever. Anyway, the articulation for this thing, actually let's get detail in the mouth. This bit's not painted, but it's really not. It doesn't really bother me. Let's put it down on the ground so you guys can get a better look here. That looks. Anyway, you can also do this with the figure, kind of stand it like this. I saw on YouTube from the YouTube channel Brennan, the paleo dude, he stood it up like this. I can't really do it here. Maybe did he turn the tail or something? Anyway, I can't really get it to stand up. Articulation is really nice actually. So obviously we have the standard mouth articulation, jaw articulation, sorry. Neck can go down really far. And oh, they actually painted that as well. And up that far, so it looks like it's swimming up towards you. That would look really nice. Maybe for a thumbnail or something. This and another helicopter away. Don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'll talk a bit louder. This would look really nice for a thumbnail. I might put this as the thumbnail, the TORVONEUSTES or something like that. Anyway, here it is, front on. Anyway, back to the articulation. Flippers, they have the standard articulation and tail articulation. Very rubbery here, actually. Anyway, let's get on to the comparisons of with the TORVONEUSTES. Okay, right. Now for comparison-wise, we have not a Mattel figure, but the Schleich Plesiosaurus. Anyway, back to the video. The Schleich Plesiosaurus here. Now, if I put it head to head, TORVONEUSTES is longer, and honestly, zoom in a bit. Honestly, TORVONEUSTES looks way better. Anyway, let's get on to another comparison. Let's do the Jurassic World Plesiosaurus. Now, get this head to head. The TORVONEUSTES, I would say, is bigger or longer. Looks really nice. And now for some more comparisons. Here is a human figure compared to it. It is the TORVONEUSTES tail. You guys can't really see that. Beware, the quality might get a bit bad when I zoom out. Yeah, the TORVONEUSTES is definitely longer by like 2 Mattel humans. And let's zoom in. I don't know why the quality gets good when I zoom in. Anyway, now for the final comparison. Jurassic World Irritator. Yeah, really nice. Anyway, that's about going to wrap up this review. I'm actually going to hold the tripod so I can get some nice angles of this thing. It would actually, alright, sorry guys. Here we are, right. Let's put this in the sand. There you go, look at that. That honestly looks really nice. If you have the chance to get this figure, I recommend it. And a wide shot before I end this video. Here we have the Jurassic World Rebirth TORVONEUSTES, and it honestly looks really nice. And if you can get this, then definitely do. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be a Rebirth review, as all the figures officially are releasing 26th of May for me, unless the Smith's Toys in the UK get them before the 26th of May. But here was my first Rebirth figure, a new marine reptile. Honestly, looks amazing, and I hope you guys can get it. And I believe it will come in stock on Walmart soon, and in the UK as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Before I forget, I know I forgot about this one. I wasn't bothered to bring it outside. But here is the Super Colossal Mosasaurus compared to the TORVONEUSTES. It outsizes it. It's basically just a normal Frenzy Pack figure. It's basically the size of, a normal Strike Attack / Frenzy Pack figure. I know the quality isn't good here, but I forgot about this. It outsizes the Mosasaur. As I wasn't bothered to take this thing out. If I take this out, this whole thing will fall. So I wasn't bothered to take the Mosasaur out. And I actually have 2 Mosasauruses, and the other one's in storage.